So we're WAMY Community Action. I don't know if a lot of you have heard about us. We do Watauga, Avery, Mitchell, and Yancey counties. We have several different programs. One, we have a housing program. We do a lot of younger families, a lot of disabled, a lot of your elderly. And what the weatherization program is we come in and we do insulation, we do caulk and air sealing, we wrap pipes around the water heater. We do a water heater wrap. Some can qualify for new refrigerators if they're a certain age. And then we also have a heating and air replacement called H.O.P.E. And what that is we can come in and replace like for like on heating systems. Which a lot of the people in this, in these areas, you've got wood stoves or your monitors, what they call monitors. I think they're called vented propane space heaters now. They don't call them monitors anymore. And then we do have a couple other programs of grants that we've gotten that we can do some small home repairs. We just got a bigger grant that we can do up to a certain cap. It's allowed us to put on a couple roofs for people. We've replaced flooring. We've fixed. There was one lady that they fixed the side of her house had fell. They jacked it back up, so that allowed us to do some of that. But we've got a couple new things in the works too. We've got some new grants coming in for Avery County that'll allow us to do some home repairs as well. So.
And that's only seniors, right?
No, that's for anybody.
It's for anybody under 200% of the poverty guideline.
Okay.
Mitchell, Yancey, and Avery?
Mm-hmm.
And so 200%, like what are we talking there?
Like a family of 4, I think, can make up. I should have brought that. It's like 50-some thousand. It's 200% below the poverty level is what that is. We do have a wait as of right now because, and we can only do certain, like so many slots, like per grant or whatever. But we're trying to work more in the Mitchell-Yancey area as well because that seems to be our greater needs. That's where my wait list is the hugest at.
Do you do bathrooms, like someone in a wheelchair?
No, that mainly would be like independent living. I've worked with them some on some modifications or recommending some of the clients. We've replaced windows and doors. That's been another big thing because we're all about the energy efficiency of it. We've got a Blue Cross Blue Shield grant that allow us to come in and do house cleaning. In Avery County, we just got done with a client who had cats. He had 30-some cats that had gotten up under his house, had destroyed the insulation, the vapor barrier, which is your plastic down there. His ductwork, he had a 2-year-old heating system. They tore his ductwork down. And we won't even talk about what kind of mess they leave. And so we had Jacqueline Enterprises come in and they went in replaced all the insulation, replaced the ductwork, cleaned up the mess, boarded some of the holes out, put a new vapor barrier down, fixed their doors for them. And it was like night and day difference.
Now, do you do that in Mitchell County too?
We do. We do.
And how would someone apply for, I have someone that
so they can, if you'll give me a call, I've got a card back at the other table.
Okay.
We'll send them a little housing repair. It's kind of like a pre-application, but that's what I use for that kind of thing. But the house cleaning is a really good thing too because, a lot of your elderly or disabled can't clean their house. So.
This lady just recently got in a wheelchair and she just likes to clean her refrigerator out. She can't stand it. And it's simple, nothing huge.
Yeah, and we could provide if she wanted the person to come in and did it. We work with a lot of subcontractors. If you could recommend somebody that I don't know anybody in this area that does housekeeping. Right. But if you've got somebody if you've got somebody that you want to recommend for the lady, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
And then maybe we could use that person again.
I'll get your information. Okay. And do you provide fuel or oil? Do you do that?
So we did raise money to do that a couple winters ago. We're working on that. We don't have any per se emergency assistance right now, but we are working towards that. Those grants do not cover that, but we're hoping to find some kind of allocated money to be able to do that, especially for their elderly. So
it just depends on what kind of donations and grants we get.
Right.
So sometimes we have the money, other times
you don't.
Yeah. So.
I'm reading here that you have
programs available for children in Avery County.
We do.
So what about Mitchell?
Mitchell. We have tried to get into Mitchell, but I think the YMCA actually has come into here maybe.
I believe they were.
No.
That's in Marion.
The YMCA has plans,
Okay.
and they are planning to build.
To expand.
They're not here yet.
Okay.
So the YMCA is looking at a piece of property that's near the Brad Reagan Park, but that's not occurred yet. But once they are, I think that's absolutely something that they're gonna be a huge provider for.
Yes.
Yeah.
We actually, our youth development director did apply for the grant, for the 21st Century Grant, to come into Mitchell to do an after-school and a summer day camp. And we did not receive that grant.
Oh.
So we're aware of the needs for childcare in Mitchell County,
That's
for sure.
yeah, that's
We're
why
aware
I'm
of the
in here
needs.
really to see.
They do the after-school program in Avery, and it's been pretty successful.
Yeah.
They provide a snack, and then they have, tutors that come in and help with homework. And they've got some great site coordinators at some of the schools. And then we do a summer day camp in Watauga at one of the schools at Cove Creek. And their numbers have skyrocketed the last couple of years. I think she's in the 3rd or 4th year, and she's almost tripled her numbers.
And is that program available only to Watauga children?
No, I mean, there was Avery kids that came, but I mean, they're, parents that drive, so no, it's open to anybody. They provide breakfast, lunch, and snack. They provide all the field trips. They take them swimming. They try to get them into the gardening a little bit. They take them to parks. They keep them pretty active. My son, my 8-year-old, went there for 2 summers, and so he really enjoyed it. And I mean, they do a good job with them. And sometimes, we do, a lot of them are low-income kids, so they get to go for free. We try to scholarship some of them. And then the price is I think they're at $85 a week this past summer. And so that includes, like I said, that includes all their field trips. There's no extra for that. So, and they just recently got partnered with some people in Avery County and got a new van for transportation for the after school to bus some of the after school kids if need be, So that worked out real well.
So what are your services for Mitchell County?
As far as childcare, nothing right now. They are currently trying to work on that. But we do offer a gardening program in the spring. We do have a self-sufficiency program, which is the total family development, and she can tell you a little bit about that.
So that program is for anybody that has a goal of education or employment. And they come in and apply, and if they're less than 125% of poverty, they qualify. And then they'll work with a case manager that's just going to help them walk through the process of getting that education, getting that employment. And so we can help with things like gas vouchers if you're driving to school, rent sometimes, bills, just to help people really break the cycle of poverty. So that's basically that program.
And this would be under family development?
Yes.
Total family
Yes.
development.